12th century AD, the game of table tennis probably descended from the game of royal tennis, which was also played in medieval era. 1880s, some sources claim that the sport was once known as indoor tennis and was played in early 1880s by British Army's officers stationed in India and South Africa.
In 1880s, the table tennis used gearbox lead as paddle and round wine bottle corks as ball. Books for an improvised net. In 1890s, the early existing evidence of the table tennis game is a set by David Foster, patented in England, which include table version of lawn tennis, cricket, and football. A year after John Jock of London introduced Vergosima, which used drum-type paddle, a 50mm web rock ball, and a 30cm high net.
The improvements were made to the equipment during the early 90s, until the solenoid ball was introduced to the game. Jacks then revised the older Gusima game but changed the name to Gusima or Ping Pong. Ping Pong was derived from the sound the ball produced when it was hit by the rubber paddle. The high-pitched sound suggested ping, then the lower pitch is pong.
1921. The Table Tennis Association was founded in England. In the Far Eastern countries, such as China, is called ping pong, while in other countries, similar terms in the native language are used. In the latter part of the year 2000, the international body governing the rules of table tennis introduced more change. They decided to increase the size of plastic ball used in tournament from 38mm to 40mm. This was attempt to slow the game down a little.
The table tennis is governed by the ITTF, or the International Table Tennis Federation, was founded in 1926. ITTF currently includes 217 members associations. The table tennis official rules are specified in the ITTF book. Since 1988, the table tennis has been an Olympic sport with several event categories, in particular from 1988 until 2004. These were men's singles, women's singles, men's double, and women's double.
2008, a team event has played instead of the double. Lastly, in 2007, the government for table tennis or person with disability was transferred from the International Paralympics Committee to the ITTF.
Table tennis, facilities and equipments. Table tennis ball. The table tennis ball must have a diameter of 40 millimeters and weight 2.7 grams. Table tennis balls are made out of unique plastic-like material called cellulite. Air is trapped inside the ball, which allows it to bounce after striking a paddle or table. Paddles. The paddles used in the table tennis are used to strike the ball onto your opponent's side of the table. Paddles come in the different variation that favors the player's specific skills and techniques. Penhold paddle. The penhold grip is a popular grip style in table tennis that involves the player holding the paddle as they were holding a pen. This means that the thumb and the index finger wrap around the handle on one side, and the other finger rests on the opposite side in the most comfortable manner. Shake hand paddle. As you play the game of table tennis, you will notice that there are many different styles of play. Some players tend to play with an expensive mindset, while others lean on defensive side. Some players prepare to use speed when striking the ball, and some use looping a lap of steam. Table. The table in table tennis is the largest and most expensive piece of equipment that you will need to play table tennis. The table looks similar in a small version of a table tennis court, with lines marking that area of play and a net dividing into two courts. Indoor tables. Table tennis tables stand in 2.5 feet above the ground, measuring 9 feet long by 5 feet wide. The table can be made from a variety of materials as long as the ball bounces 9 inches when dropped from a foot above the table. Net and post. The net is another part of the table that stretches across the width of the table and extends 6 inches over each side, with posts either end. The net is made of stretchy nylon materials and measures 6 inches from the top of the net down to the table.
The basic skills of table tennis. First, forehand. Second, backhand. Third is serving, and the next is pushes. Next is kicks, and the next is spinning the ball, and the next is loops, and the next is footwork and speed. Forehand. Forehand drive should mimic the motion of hitting the ball with your palm with the thumb facing upward. And the backhand means they move their paddle across their body center point and hit the ball with the backside of the paddle. And the next is serving. A table tennis serve consists of hitting the ball from your hand, bouncing it once on your side of the table and onto your opponent's side.
Pushes. Forehanded and backhanded pusher are used for returning balls. Flicks. Unlike push, where a player brushes the bottom of the ball to get it back over, the flick uses the quick motion of the wrist and elbow to get the ball right back over the net. Spinning the ball. Spin is very important offensive and defensively because it makes it difficult for your opponent to read your next move.
Loops. A loops consists the player swinging their paddle in a path from low to high in aggressive fashion to hit the ball. Footwork. Table tennis player needs to be able to work side to side in and out. Speed. Competitive and professional players serves in volleyball in excess of 70 mph.
Rules and regulation. Games are played to 11 points. A game is played to 11 points. A game must be won by 2 points. A match is generally the best 3 of 5 games.
Alternate serves every 2 points. Each side of the table alternates serving 2 points at a time. Exemption. After tied 10 use, service alternates at every point. Can you lose and serve in ping pong? Yes, there is no separate rule for serving game point.
Toss the ball straight up when serving. How do you serve the ball in ping pong? Hold the ball in your open palm, behind your end of the table. Toss at least 6 straight up, and strike it on the way down. It must hit your side of the table, and then the other side. Note, once the ball leaves the server's hand, it is in play, and so counts as the receiver's point if the ball is missed or mishit.
The serve can land anywhere. There is no restriction on where the ball lands on your side or your opponent's side. It can bounce 2 or more times of your opponent's side, bounce over the side, or even hit the edge.
Double serves must go right court to right court. The serve must bounce in the server right court, and the server right court. Landing on a center line is fair. Double partners switch places after the team serves as twice.
A serve that touches the net on the way over is a let. Can the ball hit the ping pong? Yes. During a rally, if it touches the top of the net and then otherwise lands as a legitimate hit, but not even serving. If a serve ball hits the net on the way over and otherwise legally bounces in play, it's a let. Serve in is done over. There is no limit on how many times this can happen.
Alternate hitting in a doubles rally. Doubles partner must alternate hitting balls in rally, no matter where the ball lands on the table.
Ballies are not allowed. Can you hit the ball before it bounces in ping pong? No. In regular tennis, you may volley the ball, hitting the ball before it bounces in your side of the net. But in the table tennis, this results on a point for your opponent. Note, both when your opponent hits other balls that sails over your end of the table without touching it, and then hits you or your paddle, that is still your point.
If your hit bounces back over the net, by itself it is your point. If you hit the ball in a rally or on a serve and it bounces back over the net after hitting your opponent's side of the table, due to extreme spin, without your opponent touching it is your point.
You may not touch the table with your non-paddle hand. You may touch the ball or the table with your paddle hand. After reaching in to return a short serve, for example, or other parts of your body, if the table moves at all from your touching it during a rally, that is your opponent's point.
An edge ball bouncing off the horizontal table to surface is good. An otherwise legal serve or hit may contact the top edge of the horizontal table to surface and be counted as valid even if bounce sidewise. The vertical side of the table are not part of the legal playing surface.
Terminologies in table tennis. Backhand. It is a shot done with the racket to the left of the elbow for a right-hander. It is the reverse for the left-hander. It is also abbreviated as a BH. Forehand. It is a shot done with the racket to the right of the elbow for a right-hander. The reverse of a left-hander. It is also abbreviated as a FH. Next, serve. This is the shot done with the server. It is begin with the ball being thrown up from the palm of the hand and is struck by the racket.
Receive. The return of a serve. Racket. Same as bat. Shake hand grip. The most commonly used grip while playing table tennis.
Penhold grip, also known as the Chinese grip, used mainly by the Chinese and Koreans. Block, a quick off the bounce return done from an aggressive top spin or drive by just holding the racket in the ball spot. Smash, a put away shot. Ball is hit with enough speed so the opponent cannot make a return.